Hey guys, welcome to Storytime with Candace and Alyssa. So today we are talking about goodness. So let's repeat the fruit of the Spirit verse here. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. That's Galatians 5:22 and 23. Good job, guys. Okay, so goodness. Couple things about goodness. God is good and loving toward us all the time. And only His power working in me can create goodness in my heart. There's a verse in Psalms that says, "There is no one who is good, not even one." It's definitely not something that we can do on our own. God is the only one who is good. All right, but the good news is we can model goodness. We can model Christ's actions of love and humility and forgiveness, and that shows integrity and honesty and compassion towards others. It is only possible to show this goodness through God's power at work in my heart. God's creation reflects God, His nature, His character, and His goodness. And today's story has to do with God's creation that shows His goodness. Okay? We'll read that story now. In the beginning, there was nothing. Nothing to hear, nothing to feel, nothing to see. Only emptiness and darkness and nothing. But nothing. But God was there, and God had a wonderful plan. "I'll take this emptiness," God said, "and I'll fill it up. Out of the darkness, I'm going to make light. And out of nothing, I'm going to make everything." Like a mommy bird flutters her wings over her eggs to help her babies hatch, God hovered over the deep, silent darkness. He was making life happen. God spoke. That's all. And whatever He said, it happened. God said, "Hello, light," and light shone into the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. "You're good," God said, and they were. Then God said, "Hello, sea, hello, sky," and great space opened up, wide and deep and high. "You're good," God said, and they were. Then God said, "Hello, land," and there, splashing up the beaches. "You're good," God said, and they were. "Hello, trees," God said. "Hello, grass and flowers," and everything everywhere burst into life. He made buds bud, shoots shoot, flowers flower. "You're good," God said, and they were. "Hello, stars," God said. "Hello, sun. Hello, moon." And whizzing into the darkness came fiery globes spinning around and around, whirling orange and purple and golden planets. "You're good," God said, and they were. "Hello, birds," God said. And with a fluttering and flapping and chirping and singing, birds filled the skies. "Hello, fish," God said. And with a darting and dashing and wriggling and splashing, fish filled the seas. "You're good," God said, and they were. Then God said, "Hello, animals," and everyone came out to play. The earth was filled with noisy noises, growling and gobbling and snapping and snorting and happy skerfuffling. "You're good," God said, and they were. God saw all that He had made, and He loved them. and they were lovely because he loved them. But God saved the best for last. From the beginning, God had a shining dream in his heart. He would make people to share his forever happiness. They would be his children, and the world would be their perfect home. So God breathed life into Adam and Eve. When they opened their eyes, the first thing they ever saw was God's face. And when God saw them, he was like a new dad. "You look like me," he said. "You're the most beautiful thing I have ever made." God loved them with all of his heart, and they were lovely because he loved them. And Adam and Eve joined in the song of the stars and the streams and the wind and the trees and the wonderful song of love to the one who made them. Their hearts were filled with happiness, and nothing ever made them sad or lonely or sick or afraid. God looked at everything he had made. "Perfect," he said, and it was. But all the stars and the mountains and oceans and galaxies and everything were nothing compared to how much God loved his children. He would move heaven and earth to be near them. Always, whatever happened, whatever it cost him, he would always love them. And so it was that the wonderful love story began. All right, guys, are you ready for your memory verse? So today's memory verse is, "For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose." Philippians 2:13. All right, let's do it with some actions. For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose. Philippians 2:13. Should we try it one more time? All right. For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose. Philippians 2:13. Awesome job, guys.
Hey guys, are you ready for some snack? So we are going to make today a berry smoothie. So I got my blender out and we'll throw everything in here and get it ready to go. So I have 1 cup of mixed berries. You can use any kind of berries you want. That's what I had in the freezer. I'm putting in a 1/2 cup of strawberry yogurt, but you could use vanilla yogurt, Greek yogurt, whatever you like. Then we're gonna put in a cup of milk. A lot of times in smoothies, I like to put almond milk, but I didn't have any right now. So this is just regular 2% milk. We're gonna put in 1 banana. This guy is nice and brown, so he'll mush up really easy. Break it up into 2 pieces, throw in our banana. And I'm gonna put in 2 tablespoons of honey. Look at that, yummy, yummy. 2. Gotta wash my hands, babe. Yum, yum. That'll sweeten it right up. And we're gonna put the lid on our blender. You know what that means? It means we get to do the smoothie dance. Ready? Good. Here's my glass. Let's pour pour some smoothie into it. You might want to put some ice in there too. My berries were frozen, so they're going to be cold enough to make a smoothie, but if they weren't, you might want some ice to throw in there. Let's give it a try. I do like a smoothie. You guys have fun with snack. See you next time.
Hey guys, all right, we're gonna do a little activity here. So I have a bunch of bananas. I'm gonna take one of my bananas, you guys can do this too, and I am going to turn it into a banana person. So, let's see here. Let's draw some eyes on my banana and a nose. Let's give my banana some hair. Look at that. Let's see here. Get my banana. There we go. Banana has some hair and some eyes. Let's color. Let's give my banana blue eyes. And what about a red smile? There we go. Look at that. All right, let's see here. How's my banana looking so far? Kind of hard to color on that banana. Let's see here. All right, so there's my banana. It's a nice little face, hey, for banana. Could give my banana clothes here. Let's see. Let's see. Some clothes. There we go. All right, what do you think of that? Let's maybe color in some of that. Give my banana some black shoes. And let's see here. Maybe a blue skirt. Uh-oh, my Sharpie's kind of dying. All right. So you guys can color your bananas however you want. Just make it look nice and pretty. Here we go. So we've got blue skirt, and how about a red shirt? All right. Here we go. Nicely color in my banana. My banana person is looking very nice. Yes, she is. Should give her a name like Betsy the banana. All right. Give her some fingers. Here we go. There is my banana, Betsy the banana. And she looks pretty nice, doesn't she? She's all fancy with her skirt and her black shoes and her red shirt. She looks pretty good. But do you know what? When we open up a banana, we don't know what the inside is going to look like. See? Well, in this case, my banana looks pretty much like a banana, hey? Looks pretty good. So what we see on the outside appearance doesn't necessarily reflect what's on the inside. For example, do you see there's a little line of brown in there? We couldn't see that on the outside. The peel looked nice and yellow, and you couldn't tell that there was a brown spot there. But this is kind of like people. Only God can see in our heart, and only the Holy Spirit working inside of us can create goodness in our hearts. So, next time you eat a banana, I want you to remember that God sees inside of us. All right? Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, are you ready to make a craft? So for today's craft, you're going to need a piece of paper, and you're gonna need an orange or a lemon or a lime or something cut in half. This was a mandarin orange that I cut in half because it's gonna become our craft supply today. And then you'll need some paints and then a crayon or a marker or something to write out our verse. Let's get started. All right, guys, so the first thing we're gonna do is write out the verse. We're gonna write out a verse to remind us how good God is. And this verse says, taste and see that the Lord is good. Psalm 34:8. Okay, so taste. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Psalm 34:8. All right. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Psalm 34:8. And now we're going to decorate it. So what we're going to do is we are going to use some paints, and then our oranges or lime or lemon, whatever it is you chose to use, are going to become a stamper. So I'm going to take a second, get my paints ready, and we'll give this a try. Okay, so I got my paints ready and I tried a couple different things, and you know what I think worked the best? I just got a good old Q-tip and I used that and I just kind of spread it on top of my orange. And now let's try this together. Let's see what happens when I stamp my orange on my page. Look at that! Now I have an orange print on my paper. That's kind of cool. Let's do another one over here. Can you see that there? It really looks like an orange print. This is kind of fun. Try one down here. And maybe one more over here. Neat. And then I got the other half of the orange and I thought I'd do some of them in green, because those were the colors of paints I had sitting around our house. So I just have a Q-tip again, and I'm gonna scoop some of it up. Just kind of spread it across my orange here. I actually think these are probably left over from Christmas. Okay, so now I've got a green painted orange slice, and let's see if this one will work too. There. Maybe we can put one over here and over here. Put one down here. There's room for one here. Could probably stick one over here. Maybe I'll put on another red one up in the corner here. Scoop on a little more paint onto my red-orange print. We could put one up here. Fun. And kind of overlap them a little bit. Cool, guys. This is really fun. I hope you guys have a lot of fun with this craft. Let's put on a little more green, hey? One there, maybe up here, over here, over there. That looks pretty good. Now look at that. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Psalm 34:8. And look at all my orange prints, and that will remind me to taste and see. I hope you guys have fun with the craft. This was a fun one. We'll see you guys next time. time for our fruit in action. Now today we've spent a lot of time learning about goodness, and one of the things that we learned about was the creation story and how that everything God made, he said was good. So for our fruit in action, we're going to take some time to go on a walk, or if it's too cold to go for a walk this weekend, we can even just look out the window and we're going to look at God's creation and figure out what he made, and we'll figure out why it's good. So let's take a look out my window and see what we see today. Okay, so this is what it looks like when I look outside my window. I see some trees, and definitely God's trees are good. They provide oxygen for our air, they're beautiful to look at, they provide shelter for some animals, they provide shade in the summer. Out here we're looking at the lake. It's covered in snow and ice right now, but there's fish in that lake and there's water underneath the ice. And right here is a spot where we have the ice is supposed to be cleared. It's been too cold to go out there and clear it off, but when that ice is cleared off, we can go ice skating. There's a hill where we can go sledding. So many great things about God's creation. And it's very cold out there today, so I decided to just look out the window. And this was a good lesson for me because it reminded me that God makes cold days, so cold days must be good. So you guys see what you can see when you look out your windows, or if you're able to go for a walk, find some things that God has made and see if you can figure out why they're good. All right, we'll see you next week.